Hey guys, Armin is here, and here is Marcast. Previously on the puzzle road, counting was starting. 1, 2, and then 3. My name is Connor, and I'm telling this for the police department of Montreal. The story I'm about to share happened in 1960, which means 60 years ago. It was all about one person, Clark Hunter. A normal fisherman, he found himself in the middle of a long dark tunnel. Inside this tunnel, he found big, tall, massive metal walls with lots of spotlights everywhere and guns and soldiers protecting it like it's a top-level security place. Something was happening, something which we didn't know about it yet, something which he couldn't understand. Well, to find out, you need to wait till the day of the main part of the operation. It didn't take long till Clark was able to prepare and draw a complete map of those tunnels. There was too much information prepared. But the problem was, Clark didn't know what to do with all those forbidden information that was engraved in his mind. It was at this moment that Clark, for the first time in his life, after being a fisherman, which was his father's job, decided to do what was probably the most important task he thought God had given him. Something that neither of us would dare to think about. What happens if, just if, we can steal what's behind that wall from our country and disappear forever? It was too big of a dream for just an ordinary fisherman, but courage, something that most of the time one can't even imagine how much of a false power can give to a person. Clark was 53, a person with normal height and gray messy hair and stubble that he didn't have the patience to keep in a good shape because of his laziness, obviously. He almost lived as good of a life as he could. The point was that Clark had never started a family and in an endless cycle was trying to give meaning to his life. He could never come to terms with himself that the whole life, the whole meaning of being alive, is just having a family, a job, a good car, and spending the perfect holidays in the most expensive hotel room. And therefore he was always searching for a deeper meaning. In one word, he didn't have anything to lose. And this information was like finding a treasure map for him, or I should say a great goal to continue living. Well, gentlemen, I feel like I can use a glass of water, can I? Telling all these stories taking up a lot of energy. What do you expect from it?
Just 2 minutes.
Well, okay. A quick break and I promise we will get back and I will tell you everything.
Even 5 minutes. Alright, let's take 5 minute break.
Good, I can use that. I told myself. What these idiot cops don't know is that telling the story of that incident for us is like telling the story about how we got rich. We enjoy every part of it. But they think this is painful for us because we're going to jail because of those actions. They have no idea how meaningful and loving was doing it and doing what Clark asked us to do. It was a journey that changed us all. I figured out that good and bad are just two words made by a human. You can never certainly say something is good or bad. From everyone's point of view, their doings are the best. That's why I should be a national hero rather than a criminal. The underground city of Montreal was located in the middle of the crowded streets. Around those tunnels and above the ground, the best thing possible was starting to take shape for Clark. The first thing Clark did was sharing the plan with his sister, another stubborn person just like Clark, but with the difference that she had recently become the head of the country's banking union. And this for Clark was like having the best provider ever. His sister had a lot of different ideas about the plan, and this wasn't bad at all, because it made the plan even better than before. What I was unaware of was the size of the crew that Clark and his sister prepared in those 2 years. Believe it or not, it took Clark 2 whole years to finish the plan. Until a few days before the operation, I thought I have a pretty big role in that robbery, but I was just like a drop in the ocean of professional people who all came together for a shared goal, for something to give their life meaning, a reason to fight for. Alright guys, I think I'm ready.
Okay, we record again. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Go on.
Alright. Well, better you tell us what happened that made Clark come after you.
Well, Clark was a wise man. He knew that whatever was going on in that military building was wrong by any meanings. But, as Clark said, robbery of this size wasn't a one-man job. Clark found the exact point above that steel base which all this story was happening, and it was exactly under my father's church. Clark knew church isn't a hard place to get into, but for a robbery from deep down of surface, lots of digging and preparation for mining with heavy machinery was necessary, so that we could get in from the top, you see, instead of the main door, the way that he found in the first place. For that, he needed to get deep in my head and make me help them, because I was slowly replacing my father's place in the church, and that's how...
Excuse me, Mr. Erickson, sorry for interrupting, but can you let us know how Clark wanted to do this robbery quietly, He and all those loud, heavy machinery, as you said, and soldiers guarding the lab.
The lab? What was the lab? Oh my god, you call it lab. It was. How can you call it that way? Anyway, oh my god. Anyway, I will tell you that, but later. The point was, just like an educated college student, Clark knew everything. He has done his homework. With the time Clark had under there, he transferred some of the trash and pollutions that you should be responsible for to his sister's lab. And you see, that was the actual lab. So be careful about what word you are using. Anyway, she found radioactive with a really low percentage in them, and all the rubbish was stored in fairly large metal barrels with radioactive badges on them. When Clark became suspicious of keeping explosive and nuclear weapons in there, he dropped the rubber case, and actually he was scared. But in a way out, he saw something which was not what he expected to see. It was a bit different, and it has nothing to do with the nuclear weapon for sure. But whatever it was, it just scared the hell out of that guy. Hello there. Alright, it was episode 2 of the Buzzer Road story. The next episode will be available soon, and I hope we get to see you again. Please don't forget to subscribe if you did like it, and leave us a comment as well. And that's it. Good night and goodbye.